Welcome to White Coat, Black Sheep, where science gets curious and dogma gets uncomfortable. I'm Dr. Savelli. Today we're talking physiology, evidence, and real-world medicine, plus the questions you're not supposed to ask but probably should. If you care about health and think there's a better way, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for joining me today. So what is your name and what do you do?
My name is Vinni Morais. You call me Vinny because it's easier for
Okay.
Americans.
I love that.
Yeah, so it's Vinny. I've been here for 10 years,
Okay.
but I've been back and forth. I went to college here, went back to Brazil.
Okay. Oh,
went
Brazil.
back to yeah. So I went back to fighting.
Okay.
Then from fighting, I went.
What kind of fighting?
I was MMA and jujitsu.
Oh, that's
I was
really
more
cool.
into jujitsu,
Okay.
Brazilian jujitsu, which I was like back when I was a kid,
Yeah.
growing up in a neighborhood that was tough and all that.
So like
then
you
I
used it as like a way to like
get
really
off trouble.
survive. Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. Because I used to live in the most dangerous neighborhood in my town. So
Oh
I
my
grew up around
gosh.
that.
Wow.
So sports kind of, my mom was the most responsible too because she said, I don't want you to involve with this because
Yeah.
she knows I was hanging out with people that not supposed to be hanging out with.
Yeah.
But when I saw sports, like she always pushed me to it. Go.
Yeah.
And then jiu-jitsu became something that would take me out of the trouble most of the day.
Yeah.
So I will be there for after school till after dark. So
Yeah.
after dark, I wouldn't stay out. So I'll just go home. Then I went back to have a chance to come back to the US
Yes.
for scholarship, for football scholarship,
So this
soccer
is like
scholarship.
college, high
College.
school, college.
College. And then I went to college here. I stayed for 2006, 2011.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Went back to Brazil 2012. Stayed there because I was actually homesick too. I was missing my mom.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Then went back. I was really attached to my niece at the time. So she was growing up. I missed all that. I was like, you know what?
I hate that. Yeah.
I got rid of everything I had. I was in Cleveland actually. So I was doing college over there.
Okay.
Graduated. And then I went back, tried to make a living over there in Brazil.
Yes.
It's really tough. It's like when you get used to live here, you go back over there. It's totally different world. So that's what I did. Stay there focusing fighting. And got in a time that I got invited to come here again for fighting.
Uh-huh.
Got my black belt in 2015. I
Wow.
was doing jiu-jitsu for 15 when I got my black belt. So I got my black belt, got invited to came, started competing because of competing here all the time.
Yeah.
Started competing here and all that. Got one of the world's few times, and I was focusing fighting. And that was very important. And that's how a little bit of my background.
That's really fun. I mean, okay, just by optics, you look cooler than me. I can already start there. Yeah. I know a little bit about the industry, but it definitely seems like a very healthy channel for whatever you're whatever you're coming from or
Right.
whatever you're dealing with. I think channeling that into a healthy form, like competitive platform to just like have no excuse to do bad things, right? It's just like you can just beat someone up and get paid for it.
Right. Yeah, and that's what thing about the fighting.
Yeah.
I mean, the mental state. So growing up poor,
Yeah.
and when you're fighting, that it gets you in this mindset like if you can win here,
Mm-hmm.
nothing else can beat you.
Yeah.
So that's how I grew up. So nowadays I'm a bodybuilder. I'm not even training jiu-jitsu anymore.
Oh wow.
I became a bodybuilder after I've been a bodybuilder for 2 years, I would say.
Okay.
For real, about 2 years.
Yes.
I started training a friend of mine.
Uh-huh.
He was in jiu-jitsu with me, and I said, I want to win this specific fight that I lost because I was weaker. And so
Yeah.
let's train with me. And then I always start going Nas power and start training over there. And he'll start pushing me because the world's was coming like in a few months. So he was pushing me every day, training
Okay.
with me. And then I started I always like workout. I always loved
Yeah.
bodybuilding. I always loved being like, I would watch Ron Collins, all those big names in the
Wow.
bodybuilding industry as a kid.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I don't think I can be that. And
So like 13, 11, like what age do you think it really gripped you?
when it got me,
Yeah.
like 10,
Okay.
10,
Okay.
12, around the same time I was in the fighting industry, which is like not a lot of the time I was boxing, the big thing, Mike
Okay.
Tyson and all this, like,
Oh yeah.
so it's like, And then I started looking for bodybuilding as something I like to watch because, man, I wish I had that body. I
The
wish
muscles.
Yeah, I know. Because I always wanted to be, when I was a kid, like every kid wants to be a superhero. So
Yeah.
Superman like this, oh my God.
Yeah, my sister's kids like to just show me their push-ups and their muscles, and I'm like, I didn't ask, but those are cool.
A guy do is like, oh, the most. But if I'm gonna do this and I don't have anything to embarrass,
Yeah.
and I was like, man, I wish I had that.
Like
a little, always actually, like Bugs Bunny, like when it does that, like hands down. Yeah. So that's like, man, that's how I feel like I can do that. That's something I would do it. Then I was fighting because I was most time cover up in the gi and all that. I was doing good.
That's
and then when I start training, I won the Worlds 2021. And that was funny because there was no point scored. Okay. Nobody scored a point at me. And I just literally ran over the guys. And that was like, oh my God, I like that. I like how strong I felt. So the first time in my life, I was always insecure about being weaker or not technically, but always be weaker than the guy because I know the guys work out and I wasn't doing much. But then when I got beat by the bug, so to say, and I was like, after I won the Worlds, I thought about, like, you know what? I like bad. And so, and my contract for fighting was over at the time. And I was like, you know what? Now's the time I have to choose. I'm going to keep fighting or I'm going to do something else. It
was over because like the season or because of rules?
It was years. Like I have 5-year contract with a sponsor. And then it was expiring that. I was like, am I going to ask to resign or just going to just move on and do something else? And I always had this funny thing about, I like to move on into sports.
Yes.
Because from then I went from, at the same time I was doing jujitsu, I stopped jujitsu and doing bodybuilding, I started playing ice hockey.
Oh, wow.
So I was like, I wanted to learn that.
But that feels slightly like, I mean, there's fights in that too, so it kind of translates nicely, right?
And I always love hockey. So a little understanding, like being in Brazil is really limited. It's a soccer player.
I've never been.
Yeah, if you are a soccer player, first thing you get as a gift to a kid is a ball. Just as a soccer player. And I grew up in that environment. I played soccer and I did all that. It brought me here. Yeah. Thankful for soccer. Yeah. After I moved here, I said, after I done with college, I never played a game of soccer in my life again. And I was like, you know what? People invited me to play with soccer with them. I was like, no, I'm good.
I played soccer in high school.
It's dangerous. Yeah. No, that was like, no, I'm good at soccer. Yeah. But then I went soccer, all that. So, but I was always like, I grew up watching Michael Jordan playing. I always like American sports. For some reason, I always love it. Basketball, even baseball. My first team is the Cleveland Indians. That's the movie. Like things like that. We kind of like look to those sports that we don't have there. Yeah. I would be the weird guy. I always roller skate. So I'll be the guy that build the hockey stick with woods and something. We play by myself. Like, dude,
basically hockey.
We don't even have that here in Brazil. What are you doing? It's like, I like the sport. So, like I always liked things like from here. Yeah. And funny thing, I was born on July 4th.
Oh, that's so fun to know. Wow. And then you're basically American.
I was born an American baby. But then when someone told me I was a kid, and I had a sweatshirt with the American flag. And say, you know that it was my birthday. Yeah. And the guy said, you know that you're American. Today's American Independence Day. I was like, oh really? How is it? And so I look it up, and there's no internet. No, that I was a kid. And I was like, I wanted to go there someday. So I manifest that thing in my head. Like I wanted to be there someday on my birthday. And that was funny because later on in life I was here. Yeah. Living here. And I have I have American flag here.
Oh, that's so nice. My college. Oh my gosh, he's very muscular. That's American flag with the eagle.
Yeah, with the eagle. In the gi. Yeah. So that's one thing I'm really grateful for America, because if it wasn't them, I wouldn't have a college degree. I'm grateful to be born in Brazil. Yeah. All this anger to be like, to succeed good. Yeah. But be here for me is like, that's why I love America so much, because that's fantastic. College I have, the opportunities I have. Even with bodybuilding too, I have is America. Yeah. And
do you think it's because of like how you were raised? Like just you mentioned poverty, right? So like coming from a place where you're looking around, you're like, I just don't feel like I'm gonna go anywhere, or like I can't.
The point is like, what's funny? My mom always encouraged me to be better. Mm-hmm. There's a song about the Panic at the Disco that says "High Hopes." Okay. So that's my mom because every time I choose sports
Yeah.
over being, so I want you to be a doctor, I want you to be a lawyer, I want you to be,
Overrated.
yeah. And then I was like, no, I want to be an athlete. And she was
Yeah.
like, and that song comes in play where that's literally her concern about me. I'm gonna suffer, people gonna be hard, it's gonna be, that's literally that. And I'm gonna say a funny story about that when I bodybuilding. But the point is, and we came to me like, I want to be better because I grew when I was born, my mom I was financially stable.
Mm-hmm.
She quit her job and all that to take care of the family because my dad was taking care of it. And he just literally bailed on us, 5 years old, left us on the street. And she had to go back to literally sewing clothes and all that so she would raise us. So I saw that happening. And we went like totally broke, living in a house, living on our family related people, living on the floor. And she was always like trying to get better and got us a little house. We lived for a few years, and I was always seeing that working so hard like that. I was like, you know what? I want to do better for my mom. And I want to do, and then every time I would go outside, she's like, don't get in trouble. I was like, every time I could, but then every time I would think about it, my mom would be so disappointed in me. And then I just never got it. Always made a good choice because of her. It's funny because one day she told me, she looked me in the eyes. I was like, I don't remember how old it was, but she looked me in the eyes and said, I hope you never make me cry because you go to jail.
Oh my gosh, that
die.
feels powerful. Like, I don't want,
and I
wouldn't want to let her down.
And then I know. And then she was working day and night to buy us literally food. And at that time, I would go to school to eat because they provide food at public school. So I'd go eat. I'd go back home, so I didn't have food. And then my mom would just cook some flour and water and salt, fry it in a cup of coffee, go train, and I'll train all day, come back walking.
Gosh.
That's a story that people don't see. They see this Vinny like, oh my God, the athlete Vinny.
They don't see the whole journey.
They don't see the whole journey from when he started.
They see the glamorous.
They don't see why I'm so competitive.
Yeah.
Because they wasn't there when I was walking from my practice all day, from I was being a kid, walking back. Think about I might not have food at home. I'm so hungry, and I stop by a diner, and I get food from the trash and literally eat that.
Wow.
Wow. And people say, "Oh, my mom say, don't say that." It's like, why not? I'm proud of that because that food that I remember I was sitting on the curb. I would get the meals that was kind of like folded more, not as dirty.
Yeah.
I would open and say, okay, have some half of a hamburger here. I'll get some of it. I'll eat it sitting on the curb, and I'll see people driving the cars out of the parking lot, looking at me, feeling sorry for me, and I would start crying. That gave me anger. I was like, I'll have a better car than you someday.
I love this.
I hate that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I didn't feel like I was defeated.
Yeah.
That was the chapter of my life. It's not a book.
You're giving me chills. That's like such a pivotal moment, and I feel like you have to experience that low.
Right.
That like, this is not like who I feel like I represent. This is not like me and my.
That's
like,
where I'm at
era.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not what
awesome.
Many people from I was living in a bad neighborhood, so I was hanging out with everybody. So sometimes I'll hang out with the rich people, and I'd have shoes and have clothes, and some of them would give me clothes and all that. But some other ones, they were like playing the rich guys and the girls. It's like, you're living in a shoebox. They always try to put me down because in sports I would overcome with them with soccer and all the sport, and like the way they would put me down because they have more money. You live in a shoebox. You don't have shoes to play. You always like try to put me down. I was like, you know what? I'll have someday. And that's what like always fed me, and still. And so like every challenge feeds me so much. And that's when like I went from jujitsu. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do something else. And I focused in bodybuilding. And I was like, and then by the time I was starting bodybuilding, people laugh at me like it don't help me. But I was like, and then when someone told me, why don't you compete? I was like, nah, I don't think it's gonna be. Why? And then this is this. And people that are actually helping me is like, nah, bro, you can't get there. I was like,
now I have to do it.
I was like, if you're the person that actually with me say that I cannot do it, I'm gonna prove to you and to everybody else that I can do that. So I started training really hard, and at the same time I was playing hockey.
Yeah.
I was in the hockey here in town.
Yeah.
I was playing hockey with the team, and then my teammate was like, it's all right. Let's help him out.
Right.
I started getting better. I hire a coach. She's she's pretty cool. She works at the center. I don't always remember the name of the ice hockey place here.
Okay.
And I call her name is Corey, and I asked her, hey, can you train me to be a better skate? Yeah, sure. So we twice a week. I would go there just training, swerving around, doing stuff so I can control more my body on the skates.
Okay.
I was getting
Is it
better.
Rabobank? Where do you even? I can't even imagine here.
Now I don't know the name now, but
Yeah,
it's
but
right
it's
behind.
around.
It's right behind the children something.
Okay. I'm gonna have to look this up.
Yeah.
But it's in Bakersfield.
Yeah, it's Bakersfield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I got in the point that my teammates are like, "Oh, you're getting better. You're getting better." Yeah, I know, right? I'm gonna get better. But I start getting better. They start to stop. Like some of they stop helping me. I was like, why? The same thing happened in jiu-jitsu. Same thing happened with and
I
noticed,
love
because I
that.
wanted to be. I don't
They
want to be
liked
bad.
you down there. They liked you
I
when
don't-
you weren't that good.
Yeah. I don't want to be better than. That's what I post some videos about it. I don't want to be better than anybody else. I wanted to prove that I can be better than me yesterday.
Yes, that's the journey,
And
right?
People don't understand.
They don't. No, I think they just think too small. And it's like you're wonderful. You're great. You're doing so good. There's encouragement until you
Until you see that, oh, you're too
Yeah.
much now. You're a little too much. Hold on.
dominating.
You're not there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's always like, been my whole
funny.
life. My whole life like that. And in every sports. And
Yeah.
it's like, and I got used to this. And like,
Yeah.
I expect people, like say, people that help me, I get in the point that it's kind of getting, I'm not getting better than them. I pursue more.
Yeah.
And they
Yes.
start like, I don't like
You
that.
put in like all the effort, consistency, and diligence, and you sought out help from people who you knew were more of like masters of that skill set.
Right.
Were they doing that? They could do that.
They can do that. They can do better because they have the conditions. I came from not having nothing and get something.
Yeah.
If they have something, you can do way more and
Yes.
just realize
I live for that.
That's one thing I tell. I make like two circles. One circle, another circle. I'm here, and you are here on my circle. You should go over here in your circle. Like some people take care too much of other people's business, and then they
I
just like,
draw this exact diagram for a lot of my clients in my practice.
Yeah.
So I draw a circle.
Mhm.
I'm like, I put the person inside, you're inside the circle. Anybody who's disruptive to your peace, or they get an arrow on the outside.
yeah, that's the point. Like people don't, and it's funny because people don't realize how they let people interfere on their
Yes.
life all the time.
Yeah.
I talk about all the time.
Const-
In the most people is the closest one.
yeah.
Is because there are people close to you. They really, I would say, I love my mom, woman of my life, but she was the one that always dragged me down for somehow. Because she like I was a very successful athlete.
Yeah.
She never like, you're not a lawyer, you're not a doctor, you're not a. When
She
I
had
came,
like a vision for you.
when
that
I
you
came to
didn't
college here,
into.
I became the family store because I went to college here from being the only one in family doing college, full scholarship, getting sports medicine, and as an exercise science major. So I was a doctor.
Yeah.
They don't know.
Yeah.
I was the doctor of the family. So like, oh my God, my mom would brag. Oh, my son's gonna be a doctor. And I said, so when I transferred, I went from Silent Springs, Arkansas,
Okay.
to
Random.
Cleveland, Ohio. Then I went to Cleveland, Ohio. Then they didn't have sport medicine.
Mm-hmm.
Then I said, you know what? I'm gonna change my major. I have to change my major because I was transferring schools and
Yep.
all that. So
Yeah.
I can finish college and play sports. And then I did. Then I went to sport management, international business. So I graduated in both. Nah,
Wow.
that's not. Then my friend from my mom was like, okay. I brought her here so she would see me graduating and all that. She happy with the situation we could be graduated, but I was not a doctor, dude. It's like, but I totally understand
I
how
relate to you on that.
yeah, I understand the background. Because she came from another poor family. She made it, she made it there, and then her husband put everything down. And
Yeah.
when she passed away in a place that she was comfortable in her life, and I'm
Yeah.
happy for that. So, and then people try like, that's how I try people get involved. And I was talking about the people getting interfering in your dreams all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, nobody else gonna
Oh,
do
yeah.
that. I had it at home. I still have my sister doing this. Like, I don't need, people, some guy random guy, some random person come to me and say, I don't think I can do it. It's like, dude, my sister think the same. And she's closer than you. And I proved to her that I can. So
Yeah.
your perspective is not going to be my reality.
It's like,
You can
thank
say,
you.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.
Garbage.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, that's how pretty much how my mentality is
Yeah.
built.
Yeah.
Built through fire. Like on the fire of impossible things. There's a song that I love it.
I love
I
that
was
song
built-
already. I don't even know it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so real.
The name of the song is Pressure Creates Kings. You know, I was forged in the fire of impossible things.
Yeah.
So people, I have on my belly here, it says the word impossible, but he scratched the end and said, I am possible.
Oh, that's
So
fantastic.
that's what some friend of mine told me, like,
Yeah.
bro, you do everything, you do so good. They're like, the word impossible doesn't work for you. You should say yourself, I am possible. Say, I like that. And
Yeah.
I tattooed it here. Because I really feel like, I don't, as I said, I don't try to be better. I don't try to put anybody down or be
Same.
better than anybody else.
Yeah.
But I want to be the best.
Yeah.
I consider myself the best for me.
Because your heart and soul needs it. And like, that's the fire that you're born with. And like all those experiences where you felt, or people wanted you to feel less than, you're like, no, you just don't know me.
But that's what people ask me. Like, sometimes, like, I feel some people can really like poke me.
Yeah.
But I just like, when I sit down and I realize why I get so stressed about someone that if I compare him,
Yeah.
me, I would see him as a cockroach.
Like, why? Yes.
I'm not trying to put people down, but I mean,
No.
accomplishments, bro. Like, you can't talk to me. Like,
Yeah.
One thing.
What are you doing?
I always try to hear things that put me up.
Yeah.
And I heard this thing that's great. Like, you can hear advice from people that never build anything.
It's so true. Because the builders, they're not talking about other people. They're actually building. They're too busy.
There's two things in people that talk too much, don't do nothing. People, they do a lot and they accomplish a lot. They bring people that has potential close. People that talk a lot and they don't do nothing for anybody, and they want to make you should do this. You should do. Why don't you do it? If it was that good, if that advice was that good, you give it to your son, you give it to your
Absolutely.
you make your environment better.
Yeah.
Not that's the same thing. People that succeed brings people with them to succeed.
Yeah.
And that's how I always believe. I try to be like I don't have a lot of friends. I keep a really close
same
circle, and but I always try to be not the if you ask me to say, I'll say it. It's not gonna be something you're gonna like it, but I mean, if you listen, you're gonna
brutal honesty.
Yeah, and that's the whole point about.
Yeah,
I have people around me that's like, if they tell me something, oh man, I gotta listen to it because he's just like I am.
Because you respect that person, that's why they're in your circle. Totally. Otherwise, they don't.
Otherwise, they're not. You know, like even though sometimes you're gonna run to people that you trust, they're gonna say something you don't like, but
because it does hurt.
Everybody's limited at some point.
Yes.
So his limitation, he don't see you exceeding on that. So I say, but that's your limitation.
Yeah.
Not mine. Back to my story and all that. And that's how I was dreaming my whole life. And then when I moved here, I literally came with $3,000 to buy a car, sold everything in Brazil to move here, make a life. It didn't go as I expected, of course. And then I had this guy, I would say the name Justin, he's like, hire me at Rio. I work at Rio for many shifts and
that is so cool.
And then I was like trying to be a fighter and go competing. I was doing all over.
Yeah.
And then eventually I got another guy that helped me. He's a locksmith. He's invited me to work his business. I worked his business as a locksmith. The life got better because locksmith makes good money. And then I got to the point and I was like, you know what? He was the best in town for me. Sorry if I hurt some, but after a while, it wasn't working out as much anymore because he was busy there. He lives in Texas, so it wasn't working much. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna open my own. And then I tried to always grow onto him, and then I always support walking with me. Got in a point that I won the worlds in 2021 with jiu-jitsu, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go to bodybuilding.
Where does that take place? Is that in the U.S. or what country?
U.S. All here.
Okay.
All here.
Wow. And okay, because this is a new world for me, and I want to learn all of the different industries and what it looks like to build up to that level, the level of hits essentially that you have to take throughout, just not people just doubting you, but all the checkpoints. You have to you get knocked down. It's the getting back up.
Yeah.
That you respect yourself, and that you really learn that okay, I have a skill. I have what it takes to really get there.
Right.
And then there's training involved, and all of that along the way also costs a lot of money. It costs a lot of energy. It's insane.
And the day literally has 16 hours, I would say, because you usually have to sleep.
Wow.
You know, so the day has 16 hours. So I have to do that in 16 hours.
Oh my gosh.
And it's
The
like
actual competition day.
no, I mean the life.
Oh, okay,
Life
okay.
happens in 16 hours. You know, eight of the hours you're sleeping. Competition takes so much discipline on that it's hard for you to you work, you train, you sleep, you eat good. So you're working and you're eating does sometimes doesn't get in the same because
Yeah.
in bodybuilding you have to eat. My food's like
Yeah.
morning. They have my foods already and everything.
Yes.
Sometimes when I don't, I'll be like, oh, man, I don't have my food
No,
today.
and then you're ravenous and like making poor choices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that's how like for me the point about I would say for the whole life is about the discipline that I built through being down to
Driven
be
by
all that I'm at
fire.
today. Yes, the discipline was something that I always put it to. I'll ask someone that I was really there. If you have the chance to reach someone over there.
So you reached out to people who you knew were like already where you just already identified like this is where
I
I want
want
to
to
go.
be that guy.
Yes.
If I have the chance to meet that guy, I'm gonna ask
Yeah.
him, "How did you get it done?"
So did you reach out to these people?
No, and some people have some competition. In jiu-jitsu,
Yes.
I'll say I'll fight their students or something like that. I'll say,
Yeah.
how did you get that?
I love this. This is what it looks like.
And they say train,
Yeah.
and then when you get good, you train more.
Yeah. But
So
first you start out terrible. And that's okay.
So training is the key.
Yeah.
So you're gonna train for everything. As a doctor, you have to train. You have to train, you know, to learn to master it. And that's how that's the first lesson I had in life. I was like, how do I get better at this? I was white belt in jiu-jitsu. Like my coach said, you get better.
Is that a starter belt?
Yeah. And then you get better. And then when you become good,
Yeah.
you got to get a lot better. And that's how my whole life moves. Like everything I do, I'll have to be, okay, I know I'm going to struggle at the beginning, but the struggle is going to be, the struggle is going to last
Yeah.
the amount of effort that I put in. So the more effort I put it in, less suffer I will have.
Yes.
So that's how I did.
Yeah.
So when I come back to bodybuilding, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to take a break from jiu-jitsu. I'm going to focus on bodybuilding. I'm going to train. I'm going to train because I want to just train to get bigger. Train. Someone came, hey, you should compete. I said, yeah, sure. I think then when I realized, I first said, nah, it's okay. I don't think I can.
Yeah.
But it was like, that was bothering my head. Why not? Why can?
Why can't you?
That doesn't, that's what, and I was like, no.
Yeah.
Let's see how it is. And I start following, start looking for people. I was like, oh, I can be that.
Yeah.
As a men's physique, like a shorts.
Yes.
So like, I can, my back's big. It's like, well, I just got to grow a little back, you know. I can do that.
For the physique competition.
Yeah, men's physique.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm going to start doing this. Start working hard. Got someone to help me. Sabi, a good friend of mine.
Love it.
Yeah, it's like, he's like, me and him training together. He's a men's physique too. And then he was like, help me and all that. I set up my first show.
Yeah.
Okay, first show will be August 17.
In what category? Because I understand.
Men's physique.
Okay, men's physique.
And
oh,
the
so I
shorts.
said it right the first time. Okay, yeah. Okay.
So then I just like, you know what, I'm going to do it. Then I got into this really serious about it. Like,
and that's more like a natural look. Is that how you did? No.
Not anymore. Used to be. Used to be like a body, like a beach body.
Yes, beach body.
Yeah, there's not as much anymore, but
okay,
it's getting a little more muscular.
Yeah.
So then I was like, I'm gonna do the first show. I did. Then my first show. I won. I did 3 categories. I did over 35, open, and novice. I think I won 2 of them, and I got 3rd.
Wow, that's
and then I was
great.
like, wow, that's a great 3rd for. I think it was 3rd or 4th, and open. But open is the main one. I was like, oh my god.
Are there sponsorships that can come from that?
They can come now. They come more.
Yeah.
But at the beginning, you're gonna pay a lot, and then not a lot of athletes gonna have sponsors, and it's a hard industry.
Yeah.
Then I could start competing again. Competed my second show, and then I qualified to Mr. Olympia in 2024.
Oh wow!
And then I was like, you know what? I qualified for it. I'm gonna train, and I go. So I went to Mr. Olympia, got 9th place.
That's awesome.
And I was like, 9th place? I can win next year. That's 2024. I can win next year. Came right back home. Train.
Yeah.
Focus. 2025 came. Went to my competition. Got 4th.
Wow.
And I was like, ah. But the point is like, that's the situation about my 4th. So my first show, more than a year ago. For the day of my show, I got my first show. First person I called, my mom. She was having a stroke on the phone.
Like an actual stroke?
She was having a stroke on the phone. She was like literally talking like no sense and all that. I was like, and I looking at like,
oh my
my mom's
God.
not doing good. Then I called my sister, and it's a big situation. Okay, then she found out she had a stroke. Then I had my second show, and I had to, okay, gotta keep doing it.
Yeah.
And Olympia came ninth place, and she's already had the stroke. That was the whole year.
Yeah.
Year. I went, and then
That's
I could go to Brazil in February to see her.
Yeah.
Saw her. Then Olympia's approaching. August 20, my mom passed away.
Oh.
Yeah.
I am so sorry.
Yeah.
What year was that?
Last year.
Last year. Oh my gosh.
A month before Olympia.
Oh my
And
gosh.
I make a decision.
Yeah.
Do I went back. Where it's like, am I gonna just focus on this situation? Or
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep training and no. My mom would love to me. She would say, "Don't quit."
Yeah.
I went back. Took her. I was literally when she was laying on her cask.
Yeah.
I was eating my prep. Literally, because like if that's the purpose, she made a winner.
Because you're serious about it, right? You took yourself seriously.
Totally.
You committed to it, and then you were all in. That's what it takes.
Yeah, that's what it takes for you to
Yeah.
try. It's not
Yeah.
guaranteed to success.
Yeah.
Success is to get a chance to try. You have to be
Yes.
all in, or you're gonna be.
If you're gonna fail something, like respect
Fail
yourself.
trying.
Fail trying, like really, like all in.
Mhm.
Like I gave it my actual best, and then I
Yeah.
wasn't good enough. I want to be like not good enough in that level.
And then then happened? Then I was prepping. I was doing everything. We buried her 4 o'clock. I went straight to the gym.
Oh my gosh.
That was the. Sorry.
No,
That was
hard.
It's hard to talk about.
Yeah, that's huge.
That was the best training of my life. At the same time, was the worst because I literally zero every machine. Every machine is zero, and I was so angry that I was like, I'm gonna do that for her. So I came back, and then I kept training and all that. Got fourth. That felt like first for me.
Oh my God.
And that felt
That's
like
such
first
a
place for
win.
me because I remember getting the medal, and I put her name right here.
Wow.
So as soon as I got the medal, I saw her name and started crying. And that's
Oh
that's
my
like literally like.
But that year was even harder. Like you already had hard, and then it just got harder, and you got stronger.
Mhm.
That's the answer.
And then after that, what I did, I was like, you know what? I got fourth, but I'm not satisfied. And my friends say, bro, you gotta grieve your mom. It's like, no, I gotta honor my mom. I grieve her every day. And so when I'm on the gym, I literally relieving pain, feeling more pain, if that makes sense.
It does.
So the point is, after that, and I told him, nothing in life is gonna be heavier and harder than carrying her cast to her grave.
Oh my God.
And tell people, she signed my birth certificate. I signed her death certificate.
Oh.
She chose my first clothes. I chose her last.
Oh my goodness.
So
That's
the
powerful.
show must go on.
Yeah.
Like Freddie Mercury,
does. Yeah.
my biggest artist that I love, Freddie Mercury said,
Yeah.
show must go on.
Yeah.
He's gonna go.
It's gonna go on. So
Yeah.
you can't just sit there and get left.
And then I went straight back to the gym, training, moved back to Bakersfield. I was living in Long Beach at the time. So I moved back to Bakersfield, training. A lot of situations because since I moved here, I'm restarting over here.
Yep.
So financially, everything, things like overwhelming, everything. I paid a lot of stuff for my mom's funeral. So
Yeah.
it was a lot.
Yeah.
So I got back, and then being here, keep training, try to find a sponsor for me to go. So I decided I'm gonna go to Arnold Classic, and I'm gonna win.
That's really cool. Yeah.
And I was like, I was training since Olympia. I was training, but I put in my head in December I'm gonna go to Arnold Classic.
Yeah.
Kept training. Didn't have nothing paid. Everything was like, I'm gonna find God's gonna give me God's gonna provide.
Yeah. Yeah. It just yep.
do. I'd say if I do whatever I can to control that,
Yeah.
God's gonna provide.
Yeah.
I just gotta believe.
Yeah.
And I did keep working.
Yep.
Literally like 4 days before I go, I got a sponsor to go.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, I was going anyways, but I mean, it will be really hard. But then the sponsor came, Flaming Fire, thank you, and it was like help me like that's so. And I went train for a few days there. I think I trained twice over there. Competed.
Yeah.
I won my division, and I won the overall division.
I want to clap. I don't want to hurt everyone's ears.
So what's funny about the winning is I love it. Love it. No, I got what I wanted to. But you know what? For the first time that I thought my mom was with me.
What?
Because remember the song I told you about, the High Hopes? Mm-hmm. When I was going in to be announced as a winner of my division, that song started playing.
Like just, it was organically playing. It just happened on.
As a men's physique, we don't choose a song. We pick a song. Classic physique and open bodybuilding, they have a song they perform on it.
Right.
As a message, you could just walk in and someone, Lady Gaga, whatever is playing.
That is just so crazy, but it's not crazy.
So many songs to be played.
There's no accidents.
So many songs in the world to be played.
Your
song.
Most
important time of my life at the moment was being played with that song that I was telling I showed that my mom years ago, because the lyrics is like everything she tells me. So I got and then I go in and I see give me like, they're warm, but at the same time, like, overall, I was like, really? It's my time? It's like, literally, looks like, because some more guys.
Yeah.
There. So I didn't know who was going to
You're
win.
like, is this it for me?
Yeah, it's like,
oh my gosh.
When the song play, I was like, is that a sign? Am I going to win? And then they announced me as a winner of the division. And so I come out and they say, we'll have the overall now, which is the overall.
Yeah.
They call me, and then Brian, right before they announced my name, there's a part of the song, and I won't remember the part now, but I won't, now doesn't come my head.
Okay, I know you're on the spot.
That part of the song played, Brian, they call that, and they call my name as a winner. And at that time, I thought, she's here.
She is.
Yeah,
that is
here.
Just so crazy.
Yeah, that was the victory was amazing. And,
it's almost like your body, and those, I've had those just strange moments where I'm like, this is just my moment to me, from like, it's a message that I just needed like to experience. But then I'm like, my body, I feel like I think I can't even handle it.
Well, why not? That's the point. If you you're already telling yourself you can, so you might
it's like joy, and
there's I don't know who says that, but says if you think you can, you're right. If you think you cannot, you're right. So that's I never put the not on my anything. If I want to put it on, it's gonna be it. There's no plan B. That's how it's gonna be. All in plan A. We don't work with plan B.
Mad respect. I so admire all of that, and I love the fire that drove you to the places that people told you could never be at, and that's
they still even now they say like, oh my God, that was blah blah blah. It's like, sorry,
they're gonna hate to hear it.
Sorry, but Arnold Classic and Mr. Olympia are the biggest competition in the world, and I already have medals on it. Doesn't matter what division I'm at. And you have what? What do you have?
Where's yours?
You have talk.
Yeah.
You talk the talk.
Yeah.
I'm here to walk the walk.
Right? Yeah.
And that's it. And then that's why I tell people, I don't want to be here to be better than that guy.
It's not about them.
It's not about them.
If you're looking that way, then you're not focused.
No, that's about the circle you say. Like, there's a circle that if I think about I'm doing this because of them, I'm on their lives.
Yeah, exactly.
We're never gonna.
Yeah, decisions are made.
Yeah.
By looking at the goal and just targeting that.
Yeah.
Completely.
Every decision I make has a consequence on my life.
Yeah.
I don't put anybody on the line for me. That's my choice.
Yeah.
My consequence. That's my choice. We're gonna suffer together. No, I'll suffer here. Then you come along the way.
We suffer together.
No, you come along the way. That's how it's been my whole life, pretty much. And then one thing I've been stuck for years, and now it became a trained at peptides.
Okay.
And then
Justin just mentioned that. So
I have a company, a peptides company, but I barely open. I have a sponsor.
Okay.
And I have a company now.
Okay.
Just starting, barely starting. And that's what I say.
They're life changing, right?
I love it. But I've been using for a little bit.
Yeah.
And what people don't realize now that it became a trend, everybody wants to use it, but it's been there for so long. Like
Yeah.
people don't know insulin years, like
I know.
69 or something like that.
It's like
I
the
think
just
more than
getting that
the
term
oldest one.
for people to understand and like really like put that into a therapy.
Yeah,
That's, I think,
people what people
correct.
think about peptides with steroids,
Yes.
which is nothing
No.
related to, you know,
Right.
like. So yeah, it's a big taboo. People still like, I don't want to
Yes.
inject myself. I don't know, like, well, that's the way it
Well,
works.
all right.
But I've been like, then I doing that challenge now,
Yes.
being a peptides on, but I've been certified for years, like,
Yeah.
and I love
They're
that
game
part.
changers.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
And that's why my Arnold, for the Arnold, I use more peptides than PEDs actually,
Wow.
which my body responded a lot better.
So, okay. So in the industry, you don't say PEDs, like that term does not.
Yeah, PEDs, I mean, say,
Okay. So
Yeah.
that's not peptides. So you wouldn't use that term for like because I mean,
roids,
PEDs,
performance
enhancement drugs.
Yeah,
So that term is only for steroids.
mostly. Yeah.
Okay.
Peptides is totally,
I want to learn like the language, you know?
yeah, we have peptides on us, so it's just something we built.
Yeah.
It's different from
Totally
injecting
agree.
something from outside.
Yes.
So that becomes a
Synthetic,
performance.
yeah. Okay.
But yeah, that's a goal. But for me, it's a game changer because I'm not a big fan of roids.
Yeah.
But
Like the classic, very anabolic.
that's what it takes to get what I wanted to be.
Yeah.
But since I put the peptides in, as I say, that's a game changer.
Yes.
I feel so much better. I feel so
Much better.
much better.
Yeah.
Red is he sleeps with me.
Yeah.
It's like, love that.
It's a game changer.
It
It
is.
really is fantastic. I love that one as well.
And then I heard that FDA is actually
I think it's going to progress.
they already approved
Okay.
BP 5
they
BP
did?
yeah, they did BP
wow.
157 let's see
CJC.
CJC.
Yeah.
There's some I got it now in my
We'll have
head.
to look that up today. That must have just happened.
Yeah, it's gonna be like more accessible.
Good.
But by the end of this year and next year, so it'll be like more pharmaceutical stuff, which I don't agree much because sometimes they change a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
But more access means they want to prove the longevity part.
Yeah.
So don't expect Reta or all the other, But for me, as a peptider, I would say I researcher.
I like that. Yeah. Peptider.
I'm not a fan of GLP-1 and 2
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
if you
They make you
about
skinny.
the point is like
Muscle.
when it comes to you lose body weight,
Yes.
okay, but body weight means muscle, bone density, and
Everything.
fat.
Yes.
So you're gonna shrink.
Yes.
You're gonna look like a burned candle, but you're gonna be skinny.
Yeah.
Red is gonna when it comes to glucagon, which is a different part from the GLP-1
Yes.
and 2. Glucagon is gonna help you to keep your muscles and you look healthy.
Yes.
Don't look like cancer patient or something like that.
And it prevents that like drop in energy that people.
That's the least of the Reta can do. I research so much about Reta. It's like something. Reta is like is a brain research. It's a brain reset. It's so many like even the organs like say TB 500 is the one that resets organs and everything. Not only Reta has that component too. There's like it's gonna be more and more.
Right.
I'm a huge fan myself of Reta.
Yeah.
And SLEPP.
Oh. Well, okay. So what do you like about that one? Because it's really, I think, getting a lot more attention. And I've heard people say
a lot of people don't know about it. A lot of people are using the way that's not supposed to.
Yeah.
Like if you have to realize SLEPP is going to make your pancreas burn more fat and all that. Same thing I read about in a different way, but it's going to be like a thermogenic from peptides.
Okay.
We call the cardio pill.
Okay.
SLEPP.
Do you feel like more racy, like your heart, like your exercise?
No, you don't have that problem. You don't have that. Like if you take clenbuterol, it's like going to be hot.
Yes, like albuterol. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not going to get to that point.
Yeah.
But you'll feel warm. You'll feel like oh my god,
flush.
Yeah, you're gonna be flush. You're gonna feel
like a vasodilation.
Yeah, you're gonna feel like that. So people take too much, and then you feel I felt sick. Yeah, you're taking like you're supposed to take like 250 milligrams max, 500. You're taking 2 milligrams.
Yeah,
so they don't see a microgram difference.
Yeah,
from microgram to milligrams.
Oh, Oh,
And
yeah.
it's like they take 2 milligrams where they're supposed to
That's
take
a
like
common thing I
50
see.
micrograms.
It's like, yeah.
You know, you're overdosing on something that's in the point, it's not going to help.
Yeah.
You're wasting money because it's not cheap.
Yeah.
So you're wasting money.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of consequences that people like, they come talk with me. It's like, I can't help you, but you got to listen to me. No,
Yeah.
don't be like a bodybuilder. There's three things the bodybuilding do.
Okay, let's hear it.
Let's have a coach, right? Have a
Okay.
coach. The coach is going to say, you're going to do this, this, and this.
Okay.
There's a dosage that the bodybuilding do. There's a dose that the coach told him to do, and the dose that he says that he do. So there's three different things. So I do a little bit. A little bit means a lot of it. That he's telling me is a little bit. So
Yes.
that's a little thing about and people doing the same thing with the peptide.
Yeah.
But peptide is something really new, even for bodybuilding. And if you don't take care of yourself on a point that you finishing your prep,
Yeah.
it's gonna mess up your whole show. You're gonna look dance
Weird.
You're gonna look weird there. You're gonna look wet. Wet means like has no definition. Like
Yes.
you gotta be careful. Like, even for every single sport.
Yeah.
Even for some people go, I'm using CJC, Pamorolin for me before I run. It's like, why? It's not pre-workout. It's not gonna burn more fat and build muscle just because you're doing before you're doing it.
Yeah.
You know, like you have certain time that you have to do it. So like for example, IGF-1. A lot of people are like, I'm doing IGF-1. You know that you're doing GH, a part of GH responsible for growth, and you have a time to do that. So the best time to do, not saying how to do it or not, but it should be at night.
Yeah.
Before you go to bed.
Yeah. Fasted.
Or maybe in the morning, but I would say at night or after you work out.
Yeah.
Okay. But not before, before you run, not before.
That would be strange. I wouldn't even think to do that, and I can't think of any benefit that
people think like because if you do that before you work out or before you run, it's gonna produce more. But you're doing actually the opposite when you working out. You're burning more. So why is the component that
you
gonna
put yourself into like more catabolic?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Because I'm more like your muscle has to work somehow.
Yeah.
So let's burn that because. And it's you're like literally putting water in a cup with the hole.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, if you have the money to waste, it's fine. But,
yeah.
You know, like I would say peptides in the long term, it won't kill you. It's actually going to get you longer. But I mean, if you have time to waste like that.
Do you like Motzi?
Yeah.
I couldn't find my dose for that. I felt like, okay, so number one, my first mistake, taking that at night. And so
take it in the morning. It won't sleep if you take it at night.
I was like just so excited. I didn't want to wait. And I was like,
do not.
Oh my God.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
And that's the point. Like, I don't know. It's not thermogenic. No, it's not of a.
It's exercise,
but it
exercise
does
mimetic.
Something that makes you feel more. I wanted to run right now.
Yes, I was so energetic.
Yeah, that's how I say take in the morning. And with the the people are going to start peptides.
Yeah,
and I tell them, okay, you're going to start peptides. What you want to take? I want to do. What do you want to do? Perform. What do you want to be better at? I work all day. I need the energy. Okay. In the morning, you're going to take some Motzi first. You're going to take for a while. And the receptors, we don't know because there's not a lot of research about.
Yeah.
But peptides, we don't know how long they last or how long they'll be in your body to stop working.
From what I've read, it's like more like 4 hours. It's very short.
Yeah, no, I mean, when you take it, if you take like for 8 weeks, 10 weeks, after that, how your receptors going to still getting it? You know, you're doing 10 IUs or something like that?
At 8 weeks and you stopped it, you shouldn't cause any problem.
No, I mean, not about the stopping, but I mean, if you keep doing it, you're blasting.
Oh, yeah, if you kept
blasting, at some point, it's not going to work anymore.
Yes.
And that's if exactly. I want to do that, but I don't want to stop.
Yeah.
You have to change substance.
Yeah.
You do like Motzi for a while.
Right. Yeah.
After that, take a month out.
Yeah.
Take a month out.
Yes.
It's important. People take 1 month at least out.
Yeah.
Your body needs to leave too. It's not your body can't. Our body is a perfect machine.
Yes,
but they can get comfortable. If you get something,
it does.
You get something in.
Yeah,
stop. Okay, not do it anymore.
Yeah,
just don't do. And then when you don't stop, they go. And then who knows? As peptides being new for the society.
Yeah.
One day like in 5 years you stop it and your body don't produce anymore. You're gonna feel right away.
Yeah,
the crash.
That would be the risk if you did take certain things without any pulse, like stopping it.
Right. And after Motzi, I would say SS31 because I think SS31 is more complete than Motzi.
Okay.
So I'll say then after. So if you feel like you want to run on Motzi, SS31 want to fly. You say, I think I can fly.
Oh my gosh, I think I would panic.
No, it's not. It's not good, but you feel like you just went through the
Like
day.
I want to do things.
You went through the day like. I remember like back in the day, I was do the same thing and I would feel tired. But right now, I feel like I wanted to just keep going and something else to do there, I'm going to do it. It literally is like, for me, it was like that. I've never been a lazy person, but I mean, I feel the difference. Like, oh, and I always ask people that ask me for help or something like, let me know how you feel so I know.
Yeah.
And
like, it sounds like it's overriding that internal resistance that would otherwise, like, that I'm tired, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gives you more drive.
Yeah.
For
more
sure.
drive. Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. But it's a lot of, every, not drug, but every substance you take is consequence for if taking a lot. Like if you drink a bottle of vodka,
totally,
or if you drink a shot,
yes,
it has consequences for both. So less side effects for sure, but some people don't like to be nausea. Some people don't like to have you're gonna have a headache sometimes, but that's how it's not even the peptides problem.
Yeah,
are you eating?
No, really, yeah, or the blood pressure. Right. I think blood pressure is like a lot of the
elevates.
Yeah,
elevates. Yeah, IGF-1 could elevate.
Your sugar.
And good thing about Reta and SOPP, they kind of helps.
It's amazing. It's beautiful.
Keeps the same.
Yeah.
And I saw people that had like hypertension and they're taking SOPP for a month. They made a blood test, and for first time in 20 years, they're even taking medicine. They were still a little high.
Yeah.
Took it as SOPP because want to lose weight. Has to do a lot of losing weight.
Do you call that one sloop? I think I've heard it.
I would call it sloop.
Yeah. Yeah, sloop.
Yeah. And then after a month, he was like literally 120 per 80.
That's fantastic.
It's like I don't have that since I was in like in middle school. Like then and he's a hypertension patient.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's how amazing SOPP is. I think the two peptides is gonna take the industry a lot.
Yes.
Reta and SOPP. People gonna have to find out more about that. I'm a huge advocate for SOPP because I've been taking because I love it. Besides for that, you're gonna lose weight.
Is that like a growth hormone analog? What's it?
SOPP is the I know in my top of my head. I
feel like it's okay. I'll actually I'm gonna look right now.
Look it up.
Yeah.
And then but yeah, SOPP. It's for me it's the. Well, for me, it's the game changer on even the cardio. If I'm going to do cardio, I hate cardio.
What's close? Right, I know, me too.
And then by when I do cardio with the SOPP, I'm like, it's been 40 minutes. Oh, good, almost done.
Sloop molecule, this one I feel like I never really got into. It doesn't get it in the medical side of things. It doesn't come up as much, but there's just really awesome things that I'm hearing back from people in the industry.
No, SOPP is a good thing about nobody has a evidence of side effects or some bad stuff going on. It's like
exercise mimetic. Okay, it looks like.
I couldn't tell. I'm sorry. I couldn't tell if you're taking a break.
Oh no, I was looking up Sloop. It's okay.
Sarah's here to grab her phone.
Okay. Here you go. It's okay. We're living our life. You guys get to enjoy this. This is just part of the fun. Yeah. It's a real talk.
It's a real life talk.
I actually have a job. And yeah, my nurse Sarah, she's actually got to answer my phone because I'm not looking at it really. So yeah, exercise mimetic. That makes sense, and that's probably why you're saying like you feel like you fly with Sloop, and then the lesser version of that would be
the Mozi and then SS31.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're similar substance, but then the SS31 I would say is more. I don't like to say complete because they're both pretty good. But I would say they're both overcome NAID tops. Like,
man,
NAID is great. So people that start, even my girl Laura, hi. So
hi Laura.
She started taking NAID. And so she don't like much injection and all that. No. Start with NAID because she works a lot. I was like, take NAID. Let's see how it goes.
You're saying NAD.
NAD.
Okay.
Yeah. NAD plus.
Yeah.
And then she started taking that. She felt better. It's okay. Let's go. Then I ran out. Yeah. She ran out. She was the one who would take it. Yeah. Now now you can go for. I was taking SS31. Take SS31. She didn't realize, but she was like, she's already high functioning person. She's a school teacher for a statistician. all over the place.
Yeah.
She opened her own business now. It's her place. She was working at home.
Yeah.
And so she's multitask.
That's fantastic. And it's not like it's euphoric, you know, it's not like your mental state is altered. It's just you have real energy.
But that's what people don't realize. They think like,
mitochondria.
I'm gonna take a Red Bull and it's gonna make me hyper for a few hours. It's not about that part of the chemistry.
Yeah.
It's about how your mitochondria
Yeah.
works. So
Yeah. It puts out more NAD.
let's say you have 5 mitochondria. So of course you have way more, but I mean you have 5.
Mm-hmm.
And you have in the age hits you don't have less, but they work less.
Mm-hmm.
When you will live a life with the 30 plus with 3 molecules of you had 5, those are barely work. So sometimes they glitch and work some.
Yes.
And they, I feel good today. They're very tired.
Yes.
But you have 3 that are actually fully working for 2.
Yes.
That's not working as much anymore.
Right.
When you take any of them,
Yeah.
you're gonna make wake up.
Yes.
Wake up. And some of the peptides going to take a molecule for this,
Yeah.
put it on this, because they know this one's already broke. So let's put on this one. They come back, and at the same time, some of them multiply. So you have instead of 5, have 10.
It's
just your body being encouraged to produce. That's why the longevity comes. So when the JHQ-CU, when my skin looks better, because you're actually getting a lot better because it makes your molecules in your face, your collagen and everything works better because you wasn't ready for that anymore.
Yeah.
Like you hit everybody. You hit the 30 plus, it's a downhill.
Yeah. And it takes more NAD to do the same performance, the same functions that you used to do.
Oh, yeah.
Now, it's like if you think of it as money, which I think of NAD as money, like I'm spending more because now it costs more because I need more medicines or something.
Right.
So it's just like you're using more NAD for every single thing that you always did, but now it takes more.
It takes more. Yeah. Pretty much. That's how it's like. So that's why people don't have this taboo about I don't want to inject myself because I'm doing illegal stuff. It's not illegal. It's, your body have that.
Yes.
So you're just encouraging your body to produce more of it.
Yeah. Well, the mitochondria, I feel like I'm obsessed with them. I think
I love it.
Right?
That's why it becomes the perfect machine. Like
that is the perfect machine.
Oh my God.
That is
people don't realize about I have to sweat to lose weight. No, you have to make your mitochondria work faster.
That's exactly.
So you lose weight.
Yeah.
That's why people have this misconception. I'm gonna run with a big hoodie and I'm gonna put a trash bag in and I'm gonna run, I'm gonna sweat, and you're gonna drink water, it's gonna come back everything.
Yeah.
Dehydration is different from fat burning.
Yes.
So that's what people misconception.
Yes.
That's what I love about the fitness area, the fitness industry, and even for fighting for every fitness industry. People and a lot changed. Because that's back in the day. Like I'm gonna put a hoodie on with a trash bag and I'm gonna run for hours. I'm gonna put in a Bakersfield. 110. I'm gonna put a beanie on. I'm gonna run outside because they almost died doing it. And then they go to scale like, I lost 5 pounds. Good. Then they go drink water and they're like, oh, I got 7
now. It's back. Yeah.
I have 7. How? I was like,
right.
Oh, you just lost 1.
So the core concept, the foundation is just wrong.
Yeah.
So we're learning to do
the good
better.
thing about evolution.
Yeah.
As a human being, we've been evolutioning so much through the decades, centuries.
Yes.
We can get better.
Yes.
That's why you can in 2026 you can put in your head that's how I am and I can do it. Believe me, you can. You just have to do it a little research and study. That you have to put your time, which believe me, everybody has 10 minutes in their day. I'm really busy. No. You have 10 minutes in a day to do whatever. If I'm so stressed out, take 10 minutes to meditate.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have time to talk to my daughter. You can get your phone when you're driving.
Yeah.
Hands free.
Yeah. Yeah.
Talk to your daughter.
Yeah.
You can,
exactly.
or she can come. There is a way to do it.
Yes.
Is that are you want to do it?
Yeah.
Or you want to make excuse to not?
You have to want it. You have to want everything that you're actually getting in life. You have to really want it.
Yeah, but that's how I would say the code for life is. Yeah. If you want it, you make it.
Yes.
That's how. No, there's fail is part of the process. Like if you try to be perfect, we living in a world that everybody lives on in a scale of 1 to 10.
Yeah.
Of bad and greatness. Everybody lives on 5 and 6. 5 and 6. 5 and 6.
Mediocre.
Yeah. Work there. I work in the morning and do that. That's my life. And the old days, I would say, you you're born, you raise, you have a family, and you die. That's it.
That's it.
That's how they
Yeah.
live to it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
Which
things.
there's nothing
By
wrong
the
with
day you
that
live-
if you're happy, right?
Yeah, but people living miserable lives.
Yeah.
But when that they grow up, as I see it being here, people got after high school.
Mhm.
There are stars in high school. Oh
Yeah.
my God! After that, their life was done. It was over because they frustrated.
Yeah.
They want that hype again.
Yeah.
What did you do to become better after that?
Yeah.
You know, I see that a lot because in college I saw a lot of high school stars
Yeah.
playing sports.
Yes.
And they wasn't that good as a high school. Of course, the levels are way. It's like you're playing college and you go to NBA.
Yeah.
That's why I love basketball. You know, I grew up in the best area. It's
Yeah.
like Dennis Rodman, Jordan, all those guys. Like, there's no. And if you think about life, is a basketball game. Why I say that? You're gonna have a lot of people watching, but if you make a mistake, there's no time for you to like, bro. If you miss it, someone got the ball and going to score on you. So you gotta go back to defense. That's
I
how
love
it is.
it.
That's how life is pretty much like and everybody's gonna be watching. And if you miss it, but gonna boo you. If you recover, they're gonna
turnaround.
clap again.
Yeah.
But
Exactly.
if you don't do anything, they're gonna put you down. They're
I
gonna
love
make you
it.
miserable. That's how most of the sports, but I think basketballs are more
Yeah.
like right back at it. If you miss it, the basket,
Yeah.
the offense guy's gonna be right at it. If you don't make defense, you're not doing your job.
Well, I think that's a good place to leave it. Thank you so much for your time. It was an absolute pleasure. I tremendously respect you.
Thank you.
And let's do it again sometimes.
Yeah, of course.
Peptides and
Nice.
life.
Let's talk about
And
it.
you guys, the bounce back is where it's at. All right. Thanks.